outside Alessandro Micheletto. We've been waiting to see him. Simone Gianelli will be setting Gianluca Galassi in the middle, as well as Giovanni Maria Gargiulo. Yuri Romano on the opposite, and Daniele Lavia in that other outside hitting spot with Fabio Balazzo. So a few more familiar names there on Poland's side. Some young guns have been taking the stage. Marcin Komenda is going to be setting Artur Szalpuk in the outside hitting spot with Kamil Semeniuk. Simon Jakubczak, as well as Kevin Szaszak on the opposite. Mateusz Poreba rounding it out. And in the libero spot, Maximilian Graneczny. Well, there's a lot of names. It's a mouthful there. I think this Polish team has got a lot of fresh faces, but I'm so excited to see how they play.
Well, me too. I think we're seeing so many new teams, new faces for all of these teams in the VNL, whether it's in the first week or you're seeing at the beginning of the quad, watching a lot of the young players take over certain positions. So it's going to be a ton of fun to watch that young team, and against a lot of experience on the Italian side that wasn't there in the previous week.
Well, speaking of one of those talents, one of those big names that has come to the forefront in the last few years, Alessandro Micheletto. He's just 23 years old, but it's hard to believe considering how well he's done. I mean, he's sort of MVP of everything he's ever played in. So how excited are you to watch him?
And I can't wait. Every time we get the chance to watch him, I wish we were a little closer to the floor to get to see him hit the ball, but he's a phenomenal young player.
Well, we didn't see him last week. He's a player that's been in Trentino, Italy since 2019. He's signed there until 2027. It's unusual to see players spend their entire decade at one club. And
it's pretty cool to see. I love that loyalty, and then the fans know him, and they get to just rally around him and that town.
On the other side of the net, some fresh faces from Poland, but we had a chance to hear from Coach Gerbic about why this team is so good. And honestly, Poland, for so long, for as long as I can remember, has been one of the top teams. And what do you think it is, other than the fact that Gerbic is amazing, as he said himself, that makes this team so good?
Well, he is amazing. They play so hard, and they're smart. Their outside hitters are some of the cagiest in the world. Yep. You'll see that with Semeniuk. You'll see that Schliefka, he plays on the right. Like, all of their outside hitters are so cagey and smart, and that allows them to score out of system, and then when they're in system, their middles are just physical. So I think they have so many pieces that make them so talented. Every single year, you're kind of wishing you want Poland to win it all. I mean, they got the silver this past Olympics, and they were phenomenal, so it's exciting to see this new group.
Yeah, this team is going to be showing us exactly what depth looks like in terms of this team. There is so much to look out for. But again, you can see it from all the red, white, and blue, or just the red and white, excuse me, scratch the blue that's in the stands, how volleyball just runs thick in their veins. Head coaches Fernando Di Giorgi has been at the head of Italy since 2021, and Nikola Gerbic coached Serbia until 2019 and headed over to this team in 2022. So they are veteran coaches at the helm, and they are ready to get going. 10 seconds to go before we get underway here in Chicago for the first match of the week, the Volleyball Nations League. Here we go. Alessandro Micheletto for Italy with the first serve, and he goes aggressive. Quick tip, there's that caginess you talked about, comes back on Poland's side. Cross court, and the defense is good. So this is what Poland, I feel, do really well. They will recycle the ball.
They recycle the ball, they're smart, they cover, and they give themselves opportunities to swing again and then come up with the big swing. That's exactly what they're good at.
Jakubczak, 27-year-old middle blocker in the first serve for Poland. High ball goes outside. Lavia takes a rip on it. And a block looks good for Italy. Not yet, though, not down. Off the hands. Palazzo reading that perfectly. And there's another one off the fingertips. So Italy has just as much, if not more, firepower on their side.
Oh, I think they do, and that's the difference. They can really score and put the ball away quickly and in a hurry. Smart on the outside for sure, but they find ways through the block and around the block.
quickly and in a hurry.
In a hurry, both.
Key Michael with you here in the booth, and Salima Rockwell. First match here in Chicago, and I feel like this could be one of the best ones we see all week.
Without question. Physical teams that have excellent passing and tons of experience. Again, there's some younger players on the side of Poland, but you talked about just the history, the rich history of the team. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Already we're putting bolt six to work. Poland with a slight edge. Kevin Sasak, 28-year-old opposite, goes for the serve, but that is that lefty on the right side for Italy. Yuri Romano, he is so strong.
Romano is so good, but he can move the ball. He sees the seams, and you're gonna watch him move it all around the court. Once they start giving him line, he's gonna take that as well.
And Romano as a lefty, how difficult is it to block against a lefty?
It's just different. Especially if you don't have it in your own gym, it's hard to line up and to really watch that. How about that block?
Yeah, speaking of lining up, 3 bodies in front.
Well, and I love the triple block. Italy has established themselves as one of the top blocking teams, and this is why. Look at that move. Close block, third blocker getting in there strong.
So the balance shifts to Italy's side. Romano, solid serve, but that is perfection. Defense looks good from Michieletto. Lavia on the outside into hands, stays alive by the youngster, the 19-year-old libero on Poland's side. But a struggle at the net, some confusion, and the point goes the way of the blue.
Well, after such a long rally, you hate to see it end like that. Here's that play you were talking about, the unbelievable play by the libero. And a little set just over the net, catches the edge of the block to give it an odd bounce.
I gotta start practicing these names. Maximilian Granieczki. Granieczki is the new libero in town for Poland. Oh, what's power from Italy. Cross court, but points given to Poland.
Well, that jump serve handled well. Still able to run their offense. I like that right side attack, and there you see just a little clip of the net.
Artur Zalpuk, 30-year-old outside hitter. Wild to believe. One of the veterans here. What a stuff block from Poland. Absolutely denied is Gianluca Galassi.
Well, an incredible read out of the middle. Watch the read of the setter and just a little move, a dive into that angle. Incredible job on the side of the middle blocker, Noak.
Ace, serve, Poland.
Ripping this jump serve, and we know that Poland's always had a good serving team, but they're missing a couple of those big servers. And Leon, they have so many good servers, but they would like to keep this going. It's a huge part of their game.
They've got Slivka on the sidelines if needed. He's got a rip of an arm as well. Michieletto gets something going for Italy.
I like how they spread this offense. Watch it from behind. You can see Michieletto coming down in between the attackers. It's an incredible way to use the different gaps and seams offensively.
Lavia puts some heat on it. Poland out of system. Defense looks good for Italy. Back outside to Michieletto. Lefty on the outside, so unusual. And into the hands and out of bounds. How about using Simone Gianelli in the block? You don't hear that often.
Well, Semeniuk knows what he's doing. You know how many times these guys have played against each other? They know exactly what they're doing. They see the block well. You see him reach to the outside because he had to stay in bunched a little bit to be aware of the middle or the back row attack.
Semeniuk, as you mentioned, plays in Italy, played in Perugia since 2022. So all these Italian guys will know him well as well. Quick response from Romano.
We talked a little bit about Romano and his range. Now he's just hitting off the hands to get it to go out of bounds. You're going to see both teams work that back row attack out of every single area of the court.
Gianluca Galassi, the 27-year-old middle blocker, plays over in Piacenza, previously in Monza for Italy. But one of the best, probably two of the best leagues in the world for men's volleyball, Italy and Poland.
Without question. So you're seeing all the top players in the world right here, right now.
Galassi drops it short on Semeniuk. Big pickup. And what a joust at the net. Great work by Kevin Sasak.
When you asked me earlier about Poland, what makes them so good, it's also that right side attack. They've always had a dominant opposite. And now you're seeing a lot of that happening here right now with some of the newer players. You're going to see a ton of heavy swings and points out of the right side.
Micheletto targeted, but Romano unwinds on it.
When it's impossible, that's so fast. The left side blocker has to come in and help with the middle. And that ball is set so quickly. He's only one-on-one. There's no way he's gonna be able to block that ball.
That lefty, the best spiker of the Olympics in 2024. That is a hammer that he has with him. Solid serve from the setter. And an even better stuff out of Micheletto.
Micheletto stands so tall and he gets over so far. Look at those hands reach over. He starts to take line, then he dives into the angle and gets the stuff.
Yeah, that little give and go, little show and take.
That.
Simone Gianelli, 28-year-old setter standing at 2 meters, and you don't often get setters quite as tall as him. Denied. Yuri Roma, no way, no how.
Romano getting over with that left hand. Watch this move, independent hands, right one takes the line, left one takes the angle. No way, no how.
Yeah, Yuri Roma, no thank you. Roma, no way.
No way,
Roma,
keep it going.
no gonna happen. We're working on it here. All right, we're getting better day by day. Gianelli. Been playing out in Perugia since 2021. Of course, he'll know Semeniuk well as he goes off the hands and out of bounds.
I'm really impressed with the passing right now. This is a hard jump serve that still is in system. It's right around the 10-foot line, but they can still run anything they want, keeping that speed to the right side of the court.
28-year-old outside hitter now back to serve. Sends a bit much on it, but that's one of the first errors we've seen in serve all day.
Which is surprising, even though it's early, usually, and especially in the men's game when you have to serve so tough, you usually see 1 or 2 at this point.
So both these teams keeping it clean. 10-8 lead for Italy. Lefty. Micheletto, the unicorn, gets his first ace.
When the control that he has over the ball, you can see him drop that thumb down. He wants to serve it down the line. It is hard to serve this ball that hard, that straight, exactly where you want it to go.
First time out called on Poland's side. Let's look at that win prediction. Not much has changed. Still Italy at 68%. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I get it if this is based on the rosters, who's on the court right now, players that have Olympic experience, all of that. I understand that. But again, in the VNL, you never know. Poland's already 4-0 in the first week, the only undefeated team. So, but I get it right now. We'll see how this plays out.
Italy on the other side went 3-1 in week 1. They lost only to France, and I think if you know anything about men's volleyball, France are all right.
They're okay. They're okay. Only the gold medalists of the Paris Olympics.
No biggie.
They're okay.
Of course, the women's Italian team winning that gold medal for Italy.
Over the United States, it was quite a match. Yeah. Italy was dominant on the women's side for Italy in the Olympics last year.
And I mentioned these two meeting in pool play. Italy won that 3-1 in that Olympics last year, and Italy just missed out on a bronze medal, losing to the USA men's team, but Poland went on to take a silver medal. Of course, very different looking teams here today. Oh, big swing through the middle. And another one. Poland continue with the firepower.
How about just that dig? Just stick your arms out there. Go ahead and just lip this ball. That's easy. Unbelievable defense by the libero from Poland that creates this swing opportunity.
Poland trying to get back into it, down by 2. That's not going to help, but you know they've got to keep going with hard.
They absolutely did. There's so many weapons from the Italian side, front row and back row. You have to serve tough to keep them off the net a little bit.
Italy get themselves a slight advantage here, up by 3. Here comes Romano, 27-year-old opposite. Played in Piacenza last season, headed to Russia for the next. Quick tickle into the block, but 3 of them saying absolutely not going to happen.
Just waiting for it. That ball was set low and inside. They were trying to make something out of nothing, really. It was an excellent defensive effort, but this ball is set so tight and so close. He's trying to be smart with it and gets blocked back down.
Poland within 2. Ball in play. Galassi all over it, quick to the middle. They've done that a couple times.
Yeah, you want to talk about experienced middle attackers. Galassi is one of them. So fast, gets up quickly. They try to stress this gap. You see it's open and available. The blocker dives in and gets tooled. It's a smart run.
Lavia working on the libero. Oh, one-hand dig from Romano Balazzo. Pops it back in play, and Gianelli becomes the attacker. Recycle play. Micheletto finds some hands, but the defensive play of Poland continues. An unforced error to end it.
Kind of an odd play. I don't know if he was actually trying to set that ball over. Here's that defensive effort by Romano. Yeah, he was, but set that ball out of bounds.
Trying to grab some hands. Micheletto not having it. Lavia. Oh. The 25-year-old gets his first ace of the match.
There's a lot of serves going to zone 1. There must be something significant, whether it's the passer or whether it's how they're running their offense. Seeing a lot of serves right now from Italy heading into that area of the court.
There's a big channel to use, but Poland want to have another chat. Second time out. Well, Poland find themselves down a couple of points here in the first set to Italy. What do you want to see Poland do better?
Well, right now they're unable to score on the outside. They're getting some offense going on the right side of the court, but Italy's offense is just rolling right now. Maybe serving a little bit tougher, but really out of system. They have Romano, they have Micheletto, so they have enough weapons. They need to handle this serve-receive ball so they can spread their offense out.
Apparently they have Gianelli as well in the offense.
They do indeed. He's not afraid to swing.
Yeah. High ball. Micheletto into hands, recycle play. Going again, Romano on the other side. Running that 2-lefty system on Italy's side, and it pays off with another big rip on the outside.
Italy's just doing such a nice job controlling the ball, whether it's coverage, whether it's on the second touch, whether it's an odd play. They're always getting quality swings. Right now, that seems to be one of the big differences.
Quality out-of-system touches. Poland looking for a couple of changes coming in. Lukasz Kozab, as well as Bartosz Gomulka. As Komenda comes out. (17-11) lead. Is this what you were expecting?
Not really, but again, with the lineup on the court, quite possibly. Italy, when they are playing well with this lineup, they are so good. They proved that over the last couple of years. And with Poland missing so many of their key players, veteran players, perhaps, yes.
Speaking of veteran players, Simone Gianelli, just reminding him he's a threat always.
He is always a threat, a physical setter like you mentioned before, but he has both hands up. There's no one paying attention. Sells it so brilliantly. He's so far over above the height of the net.
Poland into hands to recycle. Nope, not going to happen. The boys in blue are on a roll.
Well, they're just hanging and waiting for all of these shots. Talked about some of the shots from the outside. Semeniuk trying to tip into the block. They just wait on it and throw it back down. A lot of blocks right now on the side of Italy. Good touches.
(19-11) lead. Solid serve. Poland with the recycle play. Back behind, but the block is so good. How do you get around this solid Italian block?
I have to keep speeding it up, but I'm telling you, that set was super fast. That was a fast back set, and still, they're controlled. That's what Italy does so well. Even if they're late, their hands are still in good position. They're creating those angles back into the court.
That double sub reversed. Poland looking for solutions here. Italy making it tough. Lavia plays out in Trentino since 2021. Put some heat on his ball, and the response is an error, and Italy really just, they're playing so much cleaner.
They are playing clean. They're putting pressure from the service line and keeping Poland on the back foot. I mean, they have to score. Everything you're seeing looks a little bit pressed right now on the side of Poland.
I mean, both teams have actually been pretty clean. Only 2 errors given up by Italy, 3 by Poland. Do you think Poland need to be a little more aggressive?
Well, you know, I said that in the beginning with our little, what the keys to the match. That is something they need to do. They have to. Because Italy's too good if you're taking easy. Down balls like this, that's not going to work.
And that is what you get. Soft serve ice cream responds.
Scoop it up.
They're going to scoop it.
Scoop it up, sister. Transition on the right side. Again, the blocks there. That is a physical block in the middle, but he still finds a way. Romano's so smart. Sees that hole between the block.
Here's a little bit of firepower added to Poland's side as Ole Śliwka, a 30-year-old outside hitter, comes in. The captain wasn't meant to be here this week. A late addition to this Polish squad, and that seems like they've even just getting his presence on the court makes a difference.
It really does. Hey, you know, you never know.
Get in the mind of those servers on the other side.
A little scared.
They're skirt. Don't be skirt. Mateusz Poreba, 25-year-old middle blocker. What a pickup. Not coming back. Heat again, over and over. And Romano, you've seen it already. He's hitting all over. He's showing so much range. Last time he goes cross, now he's gone line.
Well, that's why he's so good and one of the best attackers in the world. He always proves it. And his arm's so fast. It gets on you so quick, it's hard to control.
Galassi with a soft one. And that's the response. Get it going. Get Śliwka's arm going immediately.
One, it's the perfect pass. You knew he's got to get in your offense. There's a reason he's on the court. It's not just a hangout. He's got the experience. Give him the ball. See if he can generate some points.
To the outside. Michieletto with a scramble play. Smart to push it through the hands. Semeniuk can't find the floor. Michieletto with another chance. Good defense by Śliwka with a little stare down afterwards. Yes, let him know. Poland looking like Poland again.
I love it when Śliwka digs the ball and doesn't move. He just digs it and stands there. That's right. I dug that ball.
Yeah, Śliwka, the best outside of the VNL recently, also the MVP of the Polish Cup in 2023. So that's a player can make a difference, a game changer, not just a sub. Poland now with an A serve of their own.
A little bit of energy, a little bit of momentum, because this, while I'm not surprised Italy's in the lead, this was a pretty significant difference in points that I was not prepared for. See if Poland can keep pushing their way back.
Italy need just 2 to close out this set. Make that 1 through the middle. Gianelli working that zone.
Perfect pass. Watch the middle blocker, sees the block and cuts it just past to the right back.
Gargiulo, the 26-year-old, with that crossbody shot. Gianelli now on the line to get this set done and dusted. 9 set points for Italy. Not yet. Poland have a response, and it's their middle. Jakubczak.
Well, a couple of perfect passes have allowed the back row attack, the quick attack for Poland. So they have to continue to pass better, a little more in the pocket, not at 8, 9, or 10 feet. That's not the answer for them right now. It's got to be more of a perfect pass.
Well, Slivka did his job. If anything, a little momentum going into the next set.
Without question. That's what you want at that point in the set. You know it's gotten away from you.
Set point Italy. Micheletto to get it done, not yet. A stuff block, and that is sending a message from Poland.
Without question, huge block getting over the net. Perfectly closed. They knew where it was going. I think everyone did. This was a pretty easy ball to read, but Micheletto, that ball may have been going out of bounds, but he got in the way of it.
Semeniuk still at the line, still set point Italy. Gianelli, who does he choose? His middle, and the roundhouse swing gets it done. Italy take the first set over Poland, and in some fashion, 25-17.
Convincingly, and I mean, that's a lot closer. That score is even closer than the
second set. I don't see Slivka. Here we go. Poland and Italy, set number 2. Semeniuk with the first serve for Poland. Put some heat on it. Gianelli with the one-handed save. Are you actually kidding me?
He's just so good. Running forward, grabs that ball. Probably grabs it from over the net, but that's okay. Who's looking? Beautiful set, back set to his middle.
I bet he does weights with just his fingers.
He
just
might.
Finger push-ups. My goodness, so strong. Micheletto gets Poland out of system. Doesn't matter, though. Looking for that deep corner is Shalpuk.
Shalpuk wasn't sure at first, but that hit that corner. That's the shot. That's where they need to score, because if they're hitting right in the players' laps, they're going to dig the ball.
Shalpuk headed over to play next season in Rzeszów, Poland. Deep corner, Lavia takes that overhead, and the double up in the front.
Well, the trouble is, once you establish that middle, they have to hold, they have to wait. You see Poland's middle full commit block, has to. And then you're one-on-one on the outside, advantage outside hitter.
Overload is the word I was looking for.
That's
there it is. Call it the double up,
what
the
did
overload.
You say? Double
who knows?
up.
It's early.
I'm going to use that. Double up.
There's the single up from Romano. Off the hands, Italy continue. Lavia goes heavy, but that is kept in play, and it's Graniecki on the set. Doesn't matter, though. Italy again.
Italy seems to be winning those longer rallies. Anytime we've had a long rally, they're able to put themselves in a position to score, and Poland, out of system, has had trouble against the triple block of Italy. And we're seeing that one more time. And Sasek is the one I think they're trying to get going and see if they can streak him a little bit, that go-to you were talking about.
Not gonna happen. This time they try to work the middle, but the block of Italy has been so solid.
They're everywhere. They're reading the play, they have time, they're making strong moves. So right now, Poland is becoming a little bit predictable unless it's a perfect pass where they're able to hold the block.
And another one just right on cue. Galassi, I think he heard us. He said, you want one more?
He did. He did. He's listening. And again, there's so much that these players know either about one another or about the offense of the other team. Or am I going to stay and commit on this perfect pass or not? And Galassi's got his number right now.
Jakob Novak, 20-year-old middle blocker, subbed in. He doesn't get a chance to swing, though, off the hands. Italy gets something going here with a two-hand throw from Lavia. Is there a touch? Yes, indeed. So Poland trying to swing a little smarter.
Well, I've been so impressed with the libero on the side of Poland, who's just scooping everything up and keeping things alive. He's made a lot of these plays happen.
Yeah, Maximilian Granieczny.
Granieczny.
We're going to get there.
Yes, we are.
It's a mouthful, but he deserves it.
Without question.
Solid block from Poland. Lavia. Another throw, and no cover is there. So Italy just doing the right thing.
They really are. They're seeing everything. They're recognizing when they're setting the ball over, so they're delaying a little bit. So the timing is good. You see that pause, wait, hang, and throw down. Their timing is really good with what they're doing, and I think anytime they see a double block in front or a triple in front of them, they're hitting it flat so they can recycle it. They're not trying to swing as hard as they can. I think that's a little difference on the other side of the net.
Gervich pretty clear there with what he wanted.
Yeah, and I like how he starts the timeout with, this is it. This is the level of volleyball. This is what we need to play to. And right now they're not being super smart with their swings, predictable with the offense, not controlling the ball. And that's what he's talking about. They have to be a little bit better at what they're doing offensively.
Gervich actually played in Italy himself up until 2014, so he'll have plenty of knowledge of all these players as well. Years on, it's a different generation, but same style of volleyball, I feel.
Same style of volleyball for sure, but he's seen a ton of this as well. They play each other all the time. They see each other and scout constantly.
Pressure serve from Poland. Defense to back it up. Way off the net, looking for a tight set, and there it is. Still the defense comes at you. Another chance for Komenda to put it on the net. Semeniuk takes a rip. And the big stuff block finally pays off for Poland.
Incredible block, lined up perfectly, and that was a swing that I was saying earlier we haven't seen Italy do on a triple block, but he thought he had the line, a little more line than he was actually given.
Another tip from Gianelli. He's out of system. Palazzo becomes the setter. There's another two-handed throw. Semeniuk gets just the tiniest of light. Gianelli just looking at the antenna. How was there space, he said.
It's not even possible, but that was something we heard in the timeout. Set the ball closer to the net. Let him use the block. Let him have some hands to play with. I mean, that's the key. If you can attack and hit around when the set's a little bit tighter than when it's off the net.
And I'm loving the two of them, Semeniuk and Gianelli going face
so
off.
Good.
Teammates during the club season, now frenemies. There's the push back to Romano. He's dug. Excellent play by Poland, and another tip throws. So Poland have figured out a little something here.
Well, digging a little bit better, a little cleaner, and controlling the ball, seeing the block better as well. And a couple little looks through the net, even to finish through the timeout. There's that transition play, a nice tip down the line, off the hands.
A little bit of a points run here. It was 6-2 lead for Italy just moments ago. And we are now tied up at sixes.
Well, Poland's found a way to play better defense, but it's offensively what they're doing at the net right now that's making the difference.
Salpuk Looking for an ace, not going to get it just yet, but a free ball coming instead. That's good enough. Semeniuk takes it overhead, and he gets it right back. Oh, what a defense. Romano keeps it in play. Lavia into hands and out on the other side of the court.
That's what we're talking about on that triple block. A smart, flat, high swing to get this ball to go out of bounds. How about that defensive play you talked about with Romano in the right back? Here's the tool off the hands to finish it off. That's the smart swing when there's a triple block in front of you.
Lavia, he won the Italian League with his team in 2023. Looking for a topspin serve. That's good enough, a little off pace. And that is the block we've come to know and love from Italy.
Man, it's unreal how quickly he gets from pin to pin. Just flying across the net, getting this block. Galassi.
Yeah, Gianluca Galassi was the best blocker of the Italian Cup in 2024. He knows a thing or two about getting those feet there. 9 blocks right now for Italy to Poland's 4. Better. Used and abused.
That is a beautiful swing. Same set, I like the repeat going back to him. He wanted that ball and he knew he was gonna get a kill off the hands.
The fans in the building starting to chant for Polska. Galassi having none of it. From the backcourt on 2, yes please, Salbuk.
Now Poland feeling a little bit. That started with the block touch, and this is the swing on 2. Holding the block, everyone's waiting for him to set. He's able to find that seam.
Oh, that one just going long from Novak. But it feels as though Poland are just starting to figure some things out.
They definitely are. They're a little more steadied out. They're listening to their coach. They're smarter with what they're doing. Defense is in a better position right now. Good transition attack.
Galassi goes down the line. Outside to Semeniuk. A good touch from Romano, but it's not enough.
Semeniuk finds Michieletto through the block or around the block that showed up just a little bit late and soft. His hands weren't completely pressed over. Look at Michieletto as he comes over, not finished on contact.
Yeah, it was just enough for a ball to sneak through. And Semeniuk will find it. Ginelli looks for the backcourt. We haven't seen a whole lot of that on Italy's side.
Not a ton. We saw a little bit early on in the first set with Romano just on that D ball. One set with Michieletto, but I think you'll see this again, especially when the ball is on the net. When you've got the middle coming right on you, that's when they really like to work that back row attack.
Yeah, that front court, back court overload where it's just above the middle, like 1.5 speed. Ginelli puts it in play, and he gets it right back, and now it's Poland who are working their middle.
Passing well, getting the middle some space, a little bit of a longer set on that one, a look like a push on the other side of the middle blocker.
How do you like that overhead camera angle?
I love that. You can see it all. Like little ants down there.
Yeah.
Playing volleyball.
Oh, is that what they're doing? Romano into hands and stays in play. The referee saying, and he says, that's not gonna fly.
Oh, Poland doing a nice job not getting tooled on this play, and that was smart by Romano. He flipped that ball up into the block, trying to get it to recycle, and they just couldn't come up with it.
So Poland take the lead 11-10, just a 1-point advantage, but a huge difference from what we saw in set number 1. Ginelli moving forward. There's that backcourt again. Ball off the net. Big rip, and it goes just wide, and Salbuk has been someone who's stepped up this set.
Salbuk very good at seeing the block, knowing where he's gonna attack. He's going hard into that angle, trying to hit it as hard as he can to get it to go out of bounds.
Salbuk, the top scorer for his side. 3 points so far in this set. Oh, that was very close. Bolt 6 saying it was out, but I don't think it was by much.
Super, super close. I don't know if we'll get a look at that, but just missed the end line.
Oof. Doesn't really get much closer than that.
Ow.
Although it does, but. Poland will be happy to get Michieletto off the line. Best server of the Club World Champs in 2025.
Well, he can just go on runs, ripping it, moving it around, and just messing with everybody on the court.
Jakubczak sends it right back the other way. Italy take a freebie.
And there's a big difference between those last two misses and that miss. You ripping it, going after it, or you just driving it flat and sailing it out of bounds. You gotta pick and choose when you jump float.
Semeniuk targeted. Block turned right back into the court. Outside, the go-to today. Salzburg again, point for point.
How about it? And moving it around. We saw the last swing was off the hands, out of bounds. This one chops down the line. Just easy over top of the right side block.
Kevin Sasak. Again, Italy in system over and over again.
That perfect pass holds the middle blocker. Michieletto coming in on that gap. Super fast, right over the shoulder. No stopping that. Middle blocker jumped already and landed twice.
Wow, almost an ace serve. Italy get a freebie, almost as good. Balazzo underneath it. Comes Romano, winding. Ball stays in play.
Oh, no.
Oh, miscommunication. Italy have an opportunity here. Still not down, a scramble, hustle play from behind him. Salzburg is feeling it.
He is, and I get it. I like the effort there, and that's completely behind his head. Impossible to see anything really in front of you. But Poland just scrambling to keep everything alive. Like you said, different level of effort, different level of everything right now on the side of Poland. Love how they're playing the second set. Even with that miss, that's okay.
Yeah, you saw his approach line there,
yeah,
kind of running inside to outside. That's much more difficult than I think people even realize.
Yeah, hard to even make contact, really, with that ball.
So he did well. Yeah, he did well. Did not just pile drive it into the net. 14 points apiece. Ferdinando De Giorgi watching on from the sideline. He had a pretty simple situation in the first set. He's also someone who's coached over in Poland. He was coaching in Jastrzębski Wigel and Zaksa for a little while. Also head coach of the Polish team in 2017 and 18. A lot of overlaps here between these coaches and players. Ball in. Palazzo doesn't even think twice about it. And Michieletto, front court or back court, where is he better? I don't even know.
It's hard to say because he just flies in, and that's why he's so good out of the back court. Look how deep he is. Comes flying in from almost the end line to attack this ball. Such a broad jumper.
Lavia floats it. A little bit of backspin almost. Poland using the middle, out of system play. Here comes the unicorn. Can't get it done. And Poland responding in kind.
I like the patience of Poland. You saw the frustration of Michieletto when he set that ball. Thought there was a lift on that play, and maybe took a little time off and didn't finish the entire rally. Frustrated with the referee.
Italy now down by 1. They've been getting a couple of things going so far. Michieletto doing big things as per usual, but Poland responding over and over. Well picked up. Palazzo stepping in to take the freebie. There's Romano, and he just trickles it over. High ball, out of system. Semeniuk. The blockers pulling their hands, but he does not care. Goes full throttle.
Giannelli was ready. He was like, he's gonna try to tool me. I'm pulling my hands. So you basically have one blocker up there, and he takes advantage of it.
Novak finds Palazzo. And Galassi, who's been dominant in the middle so far, continues to do it.
And it's a smart swing on a drift set. You want to take away the angle he's going, and he cuts it back into the court. That's a really, really smart swing, seeing the blocker in front of him.
And he's tied up for top scorer now with 8.6 of them coming from his block. And another block on Italy's side. This time it's the youngster Gargiulio, who plays out in Lube Civitanova.
Nice read, big block, commit block in the right situation.
Galassi with too much heat. We're getting towards the business end of the set. What do you think Poland need to do to get themselves over the edge and tie us up at 1-1?
Well, it's interesting. I think they're being very patient with what they're doing right now on their side of the net. Italy's missed quite a few serves. They got blocked a couple times. And Poland's just doing what they're supposed to do, controlling the ball. Keep passing well. That's what they need to do. Pass well and play great defense.
Giannelli scoops one out of the net. Into a stuff block. 3 blue bodies in the way.
That's where they get themselves in a little bit of trouble again. The triple block. You see he's going down into that block instead of up, trying to hit off the hands. Watch that finish down right into the triple block of Giannelli coming in. Let's go, setters.
It's like 3 avatars up there in those big blue bodies, especially Giannelli with the full sleeves. Absolutely physical specimens on Italy's side. Poland, though, with the arm speed to combat it.
I love it. And that's where they've been running that middle attack on these perfect passes. Look at this pass, perfect. Holds the block, a quick swing, hard in that deep corner. I like it. They've hit the deep corner a couple times from both sides. That will work well for them.
Semeniuk, top scorer for Poland's side. Now, Italy off the net. How do they respond? Going high and hard off the hands. There's the backcourt attack. What a touch by Palazzo, but it's not enough.
Started with the block touch, slowing everything down, and a perfect pass. There it is, controlled right to the setter. Oh, that's like poetry in motion. Boys,
Beauty.
love it. You catch some of that?
A little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
my Italian is a little stressed as of recent years. It's been a decade since I lived there, but he's talking specifically to Micheletto. Don't worry about putting this serve perfect. I want you to add some height to it, because when you've got a setter like Giannelli, he
Yes.
can move his feet and he can still run the middle.
Without question, he can run the middle. You don't have to make it perfect, because he can set anyone from anywhere.
Let's see, Semeniuk. What does he do? Goes straight down the middle to Lavia. That ball is off the net just a little bit. Oh, great defense to back it up. Palazzo becomes the setter. Micheletto, in hands, out. That's the solution. That's the formula, right? It's like a math equation.
It's crazy, and having a lefty out there, I mean, it changes everything. Changes all of those angles when you're able to bump set a ball to the lefty that's looking right at you. He can see the block well. It's just such an interesting thing for him to tool off the hands that way on out-of-system play.
Well, that's why we talk about him as the unicorn, being he has the skills of a libero. He used to play libero,
Yes.
but he has this outside hitting skills as well, and he's a lefty.
Yeah.
So Rob Sinclair and Everett Delorme giving him that nickname.
Unicorn.
Big play unfolding here. The rally continues. And it is eventually Italy who get things done. The block of Italy has been so disciplined today.
That's what they are. They've been known to be disciplined. They're good and physical. They don't reach a lot. Occasionally you'll see them coming in, but there's not a lot of back row attack action out of the middle of the court, so they're able to get to the pins and work their way in. I think that's what's helping them right now as well, and helping their middle blockers make moves from pin to pin.
One thing I have to comment on is how calm the fans have been. For a Polish crowd,
You're absolutely
typically
right.
you'll hear them chanting from the very first serve until the last, but I haven't yet heard Polska.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm waiting for it,
Yeah,
but
maybe it'll
it's not
come.
there yet.
Maybe it'll surface. We'll see.
Oh, that was a long rally to look for a challenge. Here's what we're looking at.
Oh.
Challenge for floor touch, and it is successful. Balazzo looking for a pancake there, couldn't get it.
Wow. If any part of the ball hits the floor, and that is a fantastic challenge, especially at this point in the set.
Did you hear the music?
Yeah, I did. Right on cue.
Poland take the points. Italy
Oh.
respond with their lefty on the right side, Romano.
And they can respond so quickly because of their ball control. This is a perfect pass, and they're able to continue to stress the block. That's why Italy's so good. They have so many things they do well consistently. And that's what we talked about at the beginning. They have to be good from start to finish, consistent with all their skills.
Gargiulo in his first VNL.
Oh,
Poland, they're on a roll right now.
keep feeding. Salpak, he knows how to score. He wants to win right now, getting it done for his team.
Played one season in Ukraine, but now back in Poland. Won the Challenge Cup in 2024, did Salpak. Well, Poland have to keep going aggressive from the end line because that's what they've been doing, is trying to get Italy off the net.
They do. That was a bad toss. That caught him a little bit behind his head, so he didn't really get a good beat on it, and then didn't chop it in play to keep it going. Oh.
Romano gets Poland in a sticky situation. 3 blockers up again. Quick to the outside one more time. Here comes Romano,
Oh.
and he is absolutely roofed.
Oh, man. That is probably the best monster block I've seen in a long time. The left hand of Salpak, the right hand, excuse me, gets it in the seam. He's going to look at it. Take a look at your arm. Take a look at it. Yeah, yeah, you did it.
Like love and basketball,
right.
where they just keep it up
That's
there.
right.
That's what that was. Man, Poland. I'm loving this comeback. 23-21. And it's been that guy right there to do the majority of the damage this set. There's that quick change up. Again, Captain Śliwka coming in. MVP of the Champions League in 2021. That's someone you want to add on your side.
Yep.
When
Keep an
you're this
eye on
close.
him. Out of the back row, potentially.
Handles the first contact. There's the tip, and he's there for the cover. And
Oh.
that is what pays off. You put in an MVP of Champions League. You get him in coverage.
Well, he's everywhere right now, knowing what it takes to get it done, keeping the ball alive. There are a couple balls that had fallen before, but he's going to give everything he can. Even if they don't use him out of the back row, he's going to make it happen defensively.
Here comes Novak. Looking for Micheletto. Good first contact, the rundown. But Galassi, who's been aggressive both in defense and offense.
Well, and he's quick off the floor, and it's not a bad block touch when you're not committing, right? So you either have to jump completely to stuff him, but that's a right move to hold and wait for other attackers. It just went out of bounds.
Well, it's the second set point opportunity for Poland, but before that, we'll see a little timeout. Gerbich with totally opposite advice for his team. I think I understood he wanted him to get the ball close to the net.
Well, that's where they've had success. They're able to use the hands, get it off the outside edges of the block, especially if they're passing well. And you know, they like to pinch in on the right side to help, and they can tool right off the hands.
Galassi was also the best server of the Italian Cup in 2024, so let's see if he can get some magic here for his Italian side. Floats it. Semeniuk's the target. And he finds the ball as well. The Italians with all the arms in the air. Ma cosa dici?
Not happy about that last play.
Doesn't matter though, second set is given to Poland. They had to earn it though. They played so much better in that second set.
Without question, they turned it around. I mean, after the first set, and their coach said, this is the level. You're either doing it or you're not. We got to step up and play better volleyball, and they absolutely stepped up in that second set.
That first set, Italy went 25-17. It was so close in the second, but what was it that Poland did so much better?
Well, there were a couple of things. They passed a little bit better, so they got their offense going, but they were just more confident. They set the ball closer to the net. You saw a lot of tools off the hands and not a ton of swing just hard into the belly of the block that we saw in that first set. So just smarter with what they were doing with the ball. Had more people attack the ball, and really it was Salpak that was getting after it on the outside. He made a huge difference.
Here's another look at that score line, and it really just goes to show perhaps Poland were not ready when they went out on court. It was really a blowout in that first set, and we looked at the passing stats, and both sides had pretty decent numbers in that first set. So what is this second set telling you? Because I've got a couple things I'm looking at there.
Well, it's incredible how they changed offensively. It was different with what they were doing. They weren't as predictable. I think you could just tell when they were setting, where they were setting, and Italy was able to get so many blocks early on. But that was the difference, passing and moving the ball around completely, even though Italy still had 7 blocks.
I know.
Like, I don't even know if that's right. Is that right?
That's what I have. Yeah, I have that in my numbers as well. But Galassi was just all over the place in the middle. And we saw a lot of 3-person blocks as well.
We did. We saw 3-person blocks. They were smarter with what they were doing defensively, keeping the ball off the floor and transitioning out of it. They weren't able to get transition kills in the first set, but they changed that in set 2.
Well, here's a look at some of the top players so far, and I love that one of them is a middle blocker on Italy's side.
Of course you do, Miss Middle Blocker. Oh, well, and Galassi has been so good. He was blocking. He gets him from the blocking end and from the attacking end as well.
Well, Anne-Marie Anderson standing
Coach,
by.
a great response. How can you cause more problems for Italy's block?
Well, usually the block is creating more problem to attack, not the other way around. When you are attacking, you have to obviously sometimes take risks because you need to search for the hands, not to search for the court. These are the risks because if they take off their hands, you will spike out. So obviously search for more sharp angles, but I don't want to reveal too much. But yeah, obviously not closing your eyes and spiking low over the net in the middle of the court.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, we get these coaches. Set number 3 underway. It's Italy and Alessandro Michieletto on the serve. Getting Semeniuk on the floor immediately, but the response, who? None other Then Salbuk.
Wow. Perfect pass on this ripped jump serve. Holds the block. I mean, completely holds the block. Both blockers pinched in, 1 on none.
The old no looky cookie.
Looky cookie.
That's a great start for Poland. They're making a statement. Two-hand throw for Romano. Still can't find a point, but he will find a block, and the three-man block working so well on Italy's side.
They really have done a nice job at identifying quickly when the ball's going outside. All three blockers closed hip to hip. There's not really a weak spot in that block.
Gargiulo. Poland in a good spot, but down the line, that change of direction from Sasak.
Sasak seeing the blocker dive in on the angle. We can get a good look at that here, and then just cutting it just past the outside of his hand. Wow, that's fast.
Pressure serve again. Giannelli goes to the back court, and there's Micheletto right on cue.
And we have to remember how fast that back row attack is. It's like he's setting a middle. On his second step before the ball, he's even touching it, he is gone. So it is a fast attack.
Here comes Romano. Back in play on Poland's side, and it's rinse and repeat. Just wide, but I love that idea from Poland.
Yeah, they had it. They had all the blockers up in the air. And a tough swing, looking for the other side of the court. And we'll take a look at this in-out. That's out by a good bit.
Semeniuk was the best outside of the Polish league in 2022. Gonna get a hefty part of this offense. Palazzo underneath it. Micheletto comes fired in from the backcourt.
That was tough. The error was setting the outside when he was already on the floor, when this ball could have been set in the other direction. He had no approach, had to hit a roll shot, and that basically is a free ball opportunity for Italy.
Micheletto just twisting his entire body around that ball. Romano. Here come Poland behind into three blockers again, but this time find a way through.
Sasak very good on the right side, moving it around. And this is what I thought. I thought they'd try to get him going, and that still could be led a little bit more. I feel like that ball's still right on top of him. He has some more room to stretch out.
Salpuk. Oh, good play. Free ball. Chance through the middle. Galassi finds the deep corner, and I love every time Giannelli is finding the middle in offense.
Well, and he takes a little look. Watch his head when we see this replay. He takes a little look over the net. There's excellent hustle on the side of Poland. But that's the set, watching what's going on, knowing that he's going to be one-on-one.
Galassi, the best spiker in the VNL back in 2021. 5-3 lead for Italy. Lavia looks for the end line, just long. Both teams being aggressive from the end line.
Very aggressive. But you saw the aggression in that first set with limited errors on the side of Italy. We saw a lot more errors in that second set. See if they can find that balance again here in the third.
Yeah, both teams with 2 aces in the first, none in the second. There's Romano getting going.
Able to sneak that through the block. There's the back row attack. Hits it right into the blocker. It's lucky.
Galassi gets Poland off the net. There's a little side swing. And it's just point for point at this point.
Yeah, and I like it. I like what they're doing on the outside right now, using the hands, not hitting towards the middle of the court. Because you'll see the right side block of Italy does stay bunched in a good bit. And they keep tooling as they're reaching out to chase that outside set.
Comenda gets Italy way out of sorts. And that's the payoff. No touch on the block. Poland tied up.
Service pressure. Everyone knows where that ball was going. And Poland puts up a block that forces that ball to be hit out of bounds.
Komenda plays in Bogdanka Lubin. They won the Polish league last season. There's a couple of players on this Polish side from that team. Italy responding quickly again through that zone.
Lots of middle attack for Italy on these perfect passes. And the block is there, just not fully pressed over in time. Keeps working for Italy. Might as well keep it going.
I'd love to ask Gargiulo about his tattoos. He's got yin on one side, yang on the
Yes,
other.
he does.
Needs both of them in his block. Way high ball on the outside, handled well. Palazzo's defense keeps Italy in play. Chance for another one. Gianelli's underneath it. Scramble play. Rally unfolding, and it eventually goes Poland's way. A miscommunication between two players.
Which you don't see very often on the side of Italy. But again, working that half of the court. Chopping that ball down the line, not clean down the line, but between the two defenders.
Sashak, one of those other players in that Bogdanka Lubin team. Now, Romano has stepped back up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm ready to play again. Here's that pass. Look at the reverse on that. One blocker, he sees the line completely open.
Slight edge for Italy's side. That'll do, another ace serve for the big fella.
Micheletto ripping a jump serve, see if he can go on a little bit of a run here.
I've got Micheletto at 2 meters and 11.
That's up there.
He is up there. That ball's coming from the stratosphere. Good chance for Poland, and they convert with a quick one through the mid.
Lucky side out. He clipped the tape, moving the ball around. He hit that first ace cross court and then went down the line on this one. And perfect pass on the side of Poland.
They do well to get Micheletto, the two-time Olympian, off the end line. Now it's Kubishak in his second VNL. Dribbler, Gianelli's there, over and two, no! The combination play, and that's a cheeky one from Italy.
Very cheeky, cheeky. Goes up, looks like he's gonna actually hit this ball. Love it. Full approach, sets the ball to the outside, one-on-one.
They've trained that a couple times,
Yep,
I'd say.
Absolutely.
Poland go through the one-on-one, easy pickings.
Sasak with a hard angle swing, one-on-one here. That's a big, big hammer into the angle.
And that's a big hammer straight into the net.
Tries to cut that ball back down the line. Brings it down just a little too low to get it to clear.
Italy with the slightest advantage. Romano goes down the middle. Poland's off the net. Into hands, out of bounds, and Poland catching up.
Blasting off the hands, much better job at attacking the blockers from the left side.
Galassi typically been one of the most solid arms on Italy's side in terms of defensive block. Tested there. That's another test in the serve, out of system. Way high for Lavia. Sends it with two hands. Semeniuk tests the block again. There's the pipe. And just in from Micheletto.
And that was the block, slowing it down at the net. Created that opportunity. Take a look at that. Block touch. Keeps it alive. Comes into the gap.
Lavia. Pressure through the middle again. Another chance. Another bite at the apple. Poland will take it.
That was big. Perfect pass. They're able to run the middle, and this is just not controlled. Got to control that ball on your side of the net, and Romano knows it.
Novak was 70% efficient in week number 1, 17 points there. Self-cover from Micheletto. Lefty goes down the line, targets the middle blocker in defense. We like that.
Yeah, he was ready, but not quite deep enough in the right spot. Catches him high on the shoulder. Romano knows exactly where he's attacking at all times.
Well, despite being almost silent in the second set, he's still one of the top scorers. He's tied up with Micheletto for 11 points. Galassi looks for that young libero. Pays off, point for Italy.
That was a little out of sync. Trying to hit that ball into the angle. May have gotten a little bit too far in front of the 3-meter line for Sasek.
Italy with a 3-point advantage now. That's enough for Grbic to have a chat with his team. Moving a little bit, but still heavily in favor of Italy.
Yeah, again, you understand why, but this is still anybody's game.
Galassi. Looking for Semeniuk. Quick to the middle, that's blocked. Going again on the outside, the block is there, but those hands turned out, and that's the matchup we've been watching all day.
Knowing how to tool off of the hands. See him turn his body and aim for the right hand of Gianelli. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Komenda in his 3rd VNL. Gets the ball back. Poland going for it. Semeniuk, another heavy swing. This time more power off of his club team setter.
Semeniuk just wants to hit hard and high, being very smart with how he's attacking the ball, screaming to his defenders, that's going out. Let's go.
Taking no chances. Don't anyone touch that. Komenda. There's Romano flying from the backcourt.
And finds that seam. Block may have gotten a little bit too far away. Sometimes you want to pick your spots, right? You're trying to pick the right spots when you line up against your attackers. Romano seeing it. Semeniuk a little frustrated with himself.
Romano, the MVP of the Italian League in 2021. Gianelli, plenty of MVPs to his name as well. What a dig, Balasso, but it's not coming back. Poland back to within 1.
Balasso was there. He's apologizing. He was underneath that. Had an opportunity to make this play.
One point in it. Italy off the net. Romano winding up. Here's a chance. And another ball goes high off hands. This time it's Salpa getting it done.
And those are the smart swings. They're hard, but they're flat and high, not down into the block. He doesn't even finish that swing, going flat so he can get it to go out of bounds. They're doing a much better job at attacking the hands of the triple block in these last two sets.
We're tied up at 15 apiece, and you mentioned it, Italy's blocking was dominant in the first couple of sets. In this third set, they've only had one out of their total 13, so 12 blocks, but now Poland doing a better job.
A much better job of seeing the block and being smart with it, recycling, hitting hands. Much better job on the blocks in place.
Well-timed timeout from DeGiorgi. Michieletto, MVP of the Champions League 2024, gets himself an ace serve to go with that gold medal.
Couple of aces here for Michieletto. We always expect that in a match. See if he keeps it there this time instead of moving it around like he did last time. Keep it there.
Goes for another one. This time more central. And the response on the outside, Poland using the block over and over.
They are using the block and stressing the block with a little bit of speed there. The block wasn't completely formed. You see how he's late trying to get his hands there, and that's where they're able to score.
Poland within one. Floating on Michieletto, handles that well. And he's been a big part of Italy's success so far.
Well, it's a challenge when you know he's part of the offense, but they've been firing in. Gianelli can fire in the middle attack too. You have to pick your poison, wait, and then try to get back on Michieletto.
Michieletto at 12 points so far on the match. 2-point lead for the Italians. And a scramble play for Poland. Ball coming free. Lavia goes heavy off the hands. Wait to the middle, and that change of direction over and over on Poland's side.
We heard during the timeout he wanted to get more middle involved when they have the opportunities, and now they do. They're seeing it, running some drift sets and little gaps in the seams to create those points for their team.
Novak in his first VNL. 2 meters and 5. Not a bad height in terms of middle blockers. Helps on the block too. Gianelli goes to Galassi, the tried and true on Italy's side.
And there was no one there that time. Just a little hesitation on the side of the middle blocker, thinking that ball was going outside again. Starts to take off. Galassi always up and always available.
Soft touch. Not down yet, but no recycle to be had. Italy find themselves at 6s and 7s.
That was an odd play. Looks like Galassi got hit. I don't know. He's holding his ear. I don't know what's going on. Kind of an odd play.
Poland looking to make a run here towards the business end. They're 18-19. That serve is good to get Gianelli moving. Defense. The action continues. Gianelli looking, just peeking for Romano. He's there, he's available, but he can't find the court.
Trying to hit that sharp angle, and he clips the tape which causes that ball to skip out of bounds. See if Italy can steady out here a little bit.
Substitution, and it is the youngster, Luca Porro, the 21-year-old, in his second VNL. Ball's up. Pressure is too much, and Poland take the lead at 20-19.
Really taking care of it from the end line, too. Tons of service pressure, forcing the ball just a little bit off the net. And Romano hits that one out. Poland trying to get their team and the crowd going a little bit.
Pretty simple advice there from Coach DeGiorgi. Let's not force anything, right? Let's do the simple things right. Let's take it 1 point at a time. And he was the best setter of the Olympics in 1988. So right. I think he knows a thing or two about being calm.
He knows a little bit. And you could see how Romano was trying to press to hit that ball. It doesn't hit a flat ball out one-on-one. That's not even characteristic. So sometimes at the end of these sets, you got to keep your composure. Make sure you're just doing what you've been doing. Don't try to do too much.
Kamil Rychlicki, the opposite, brought in to help out on Italy's side. Doesn't work though. Poland are on a roll and they keep firing it in to Novak.
There's the middle attack. It's scored so many times. Might as well keep doing it until you get somebody to hold on you.
Salbuk, been a change maker for Poland, but Galassi again, he just finds ways to score when he's needed.
Yeah, well his arm is always up, always available, so no matter where this set is, even if it's a little bit low or a little bit below him or outside his range, he still finds the block or finds the court.
Galassi in his 5th VNL, also a 2-time Olympian, certainly plenty of experience in being available. Here comes the youngster, Porro. Just long. Porro was part of the 2024 roster for Italy as well, but not a whole lot of playing time.
No, a lot of people in front of him, but he's getting his experience. You see him every once in a while. He does a nice job. Has to hold down the passing here now for Italy.
Slivka in the mix as well for Poland. They're up by 2. Gianelli serves up butter to Michieletto. Tip in Rychlicki's space. And again, fire it in to Galassi whenever you can.
Well, that tip was too high, too easy. It wasn't a wrong move, but it was just a free ball for Italy once again. It's the battle of the middles right now, Key.
I'm here for it. Please, and thank you. Italy and Poland. Mattia Bottolo, 25-year-old outside hitter. Looking for a swing down the line. Semeniuk dug by the young fella. Just too much on it, and Poland keep creeping ahead.
Well, it's a couple of unforced errors, well, several on the side of Italy. So Poland playing well, but we saw Romano hit that one out. The jump serve was out of bounds. Now this several unforced errors in the last 4 or 5 points. You have 3 or 4 unforced errors.
And that serving sub and defense paid off with Bottolo on court for the middle, but Poland going again. Komenda now from the end line. There goes Rychlicki. And he's underneath it, but Poland again. Semeniuk having a night.
Semeniuk again finding that line in that bunch block. Really overloading on that side, putting a ton of stress on the right side blockers, which is why they're able to score down the line.
3 set point opportunities for Poland. Can they get it on the first? Italy's way out of system. Michieletto has to go high, but it's too much. Poland take the third set. Octon swinging out.
Tentative and taking some uncharacteristic swings. But again, some of that youth, we'll see if he has to figure that out.
We're underway with set number 4, and the first point given up completely for free to Italy. They'll be happy with that.
A roll shot into the net, get things started.
How do you think Italy has to come out of the gates in this fourth?
I mean, they have to come out strong and fast, but not pressing. Just remembering what they did the first set, controlling, disciplined on their block. That's going to be key for them. They have to be back to discipline and controlling their swings when there's a big block in front of them.
Well, it's Poland doing all the controlling right now as they go heavy through the middle again.
Thumping this ball straight down. The block move is there, going back into the court.
Yeah, Kubishak heading over to play in Zaksa next season. It's one of the better teams in Poland. Rychlicki is denied, and it's now Poland's block doing all the talking.
Perfect block move. Just a little shuffle step. Don't have to make a little swing block step, excuse me. Doesn't have to make a big move, but he got him.
Ball in play, Italy, and again, Elassi doing it, and I like they're moving him around a bit.
I do too. It's not just straight up the middle, it's pushes, it's in the gap in that 31. There's the gap in between the block, and they both have to dive back in fast enough to try and slow him down.
Elassi up at 14 points. Rychlicki gets Poland in a good spot, and there's the tip. Big pickup from Gianelli. Backcourt rip. Rychlicki headed over to play in Zaksa as well next season.
I was waiting to see what we're going to get out of him. You know, there's so much offense with Romano, and putting in a substitution from one of your best attackers. It's nice to see him get the ball on the floor. He got blocked once. We'll see how much of an offensive presence he can be for Italy in this set.
Well, Rychlicki played in Trentino recently, so well known in the Italian leagues, but this is his first VNL with that Italian jersey on, formerly with Luxembourg. Ball in play, and that'll do nicely again. Middle all day long.
It's working. They're beating the block off the floor. Again, Galassia has to make a decision. You have to either fully commit or see if you can slow it down, because that's a perfect pass. How fast is that?
Poland tied up at 3 with Italy here in the fourth. Pipe, Michieletto fires it in, and that's that middle zone, but backcourt middle that's been working for Italy.
Backcourt middle, and they've got, the blockers are ready for it now. They're starting there waiting for it. They know it's an option, but it's still a little bit too fast for them to put up a solid block.
Mattia Bottolo can't get it done. We've seen that sub in the last set as well. This time he will stay on court to shore up that reception a little bit. Salpuk floats it, looks immediately for Bottolo. Rychlicki with no block. Are you kidding me, Simone Gianelli?
That pass was going over the net without question. Gianelli goes up with one hand, a perfect back row set. 0 block for one of the hardest hitters on Italy's team.
And if anyone should know that he can set that, it should be Semeniuk.
No, what are you doing?
I mean, there's not much you can do, though, honestly.
No, it's not.
Italy up by 1. Galassi goes straight down the middle. And again, firepower from all areas on Poland's side.
Opposite attack, out of the back row, working again for Italy, seeing that hard angle. Sasak has been very good and solid on the right side of the court.
Sasak helped his team win the Challenge Cup in 2025. There he is again. Front court Gianelli means you can't sleep on him.
So that's why, I mean, you have to hold, you have to wait and see what he's gonna do. He's either gonna dump it, one hand set it, too dangerous at the net for Poland to ignore.
Gianelli was the best setter and the MVP of the Champions League in 2025 as a setter. And he finally won it after 2 bronzes, 2 silvers. He got that gold medal.
Setters can be MVPs.
They can if they're Gianelli. Absolutely. He's got a plethora of MVP awards to his name, but you typically get to see big swingers, the ones that are getting the point scoring that get that accolade, but you're right. We love our setters.
You better. Miss middle, middle, middle.
Chialetto goes hands. Komenda fires it out, and a good cover again by Poland. Oh, what a slice from Semeniuk.
So smart. Comes straight in on that block, sees the open area of the court. Here's the coverage play. Wants this approach and drop right down in. Drops that thumb down to hit that sharp angle.
Semeniuk has 3 gold medals from the Champions League. One of them, he was the MVP as well, speaking of players that typically have big point scoring runs. Chialetto looks for it, and he tags it. Oh, no, maybe not. From where I was sitting, that was very close.
Super close, no touch. Telling Gianelli it was a great set.
2-point lead, Poland. Palazzo on the first contact, and Rachicki on the outside.
Rachicki just hit such a heavy ball. That last one was almost going out back end of the court. This one, he just muscles through the block.
Get him that one-on-one. Rachicki won the Champions League in 2024. Solid swing, that'll do. Another ace serve for the Unicorn.
See if that'll get him going offensively. Had a couple of unforced errors, but this is that ace right between the 2 passers. He's done that several times today so far.
Yeah, if my numbers are correct, that's his 4th ace of the night. Looks for another one. Can't get it.
We saw that before. He went cross, and then he tried to cut it back down the line and clip the tape. It's something that normally he's able to do, just move it all around, but it's had a couple times trouble hitting that line.
Ball in play. Oh, again. Power through that zone.
So nice. And Gianelli looking at the block. Watch him take a look to the other side of the court. There's the peak. He sees the right side blocker take off, takes advantage of that block.
Ball in play. And another rip on the outside. Salpuk making his name a household name.
Without question. And attacking the line, attacking the line. This is where so many of their points are coming from right now on the left side. Poland really taking advantage of that.
15th point of the night for Salpuk. Oh, that one felt clean.
That was nice.
That was nice.
That was pretty.
Nice.
Looked like this set was going towards the middle. Right side blocker has to hold. Nobody on the outside.
0 Nilch in the block. Bartolo, clean swing down line. How about another ace this time for Rich Litke?
Told you that hand is heavy. It's coming on you fast. Can't even get out of the way of it if you wanted to.
And you want to.
You do, I would.
Ryczlicki spent some time in Perugia and Civitanova as well. Of course, Trentino, where Micheletto resides. Tight ball, but that is what Grbić was asking for. Put that pressure on the blockers.
And then you have the opportunity to use it if you need to. You can hit off hands. Let Alpak just slapping that ball through.
Slapping it around. What did that ball do to you? Tied up at 11s. Seen a few more unforced errors in the serve from Poland's side. Italy has a 6 to 11 ace error ratio. Poland looking at 2 to 10. Play is good, and again, the turn of the body right down the center.
Such an effective play right now for Poland. But again, it's because they are handling the ball well. Setter's able to get there and get his hitters in the perfect position.
Novak plays in the second league in Poland. He was the MVP of that league and the best blocker. I have a feeling he's going to be scouted pretty soon. Ball in play. Off hands again. Cianelli with the one-hand cover. And that'll do Ryczlicki. That's why he's put on the court for this fourth set.
He's been extremely helpful from every position right now, attacking and serving. Effective player that is able to score hard and deep.
He goes big through those hands. Ryczlicki as well, two-time Club World Champs winner. Certainly a household name in his own right for those that follow the Italian league. Galazzi. Great pickup from Bottolo. Ball in play, Micheletto looks to go high. He is dug. And a mishandling. Point goes immediately to Italy's side.
I hate when that ball slips through your hands and just can't come up with it.
14-12 lead now for Italy. Targeting Granieczny. That's probably not where you want to serve the ball, though, straight on the libero.
No, not ideal. This is what happens. Block still forming, but again, Smeniak sees that and hits high, flat, off the hands.
17 points so far for the number 16, who wears that jersey because that's the day of his birthday. I'm loving the back and forth here, and especially when Gianelli gets involved.
Well, he gets fired up. You know, again, we talked about all the connections, that knowing one another. And they set over the net, both hands, and just lets it go. Drops it over. Nice and easy. Here you go.
Easy, simple. Less simple is going back for an ace serve, and the setter does it all. I don't remember that many crisscrosses so far.
No, but here we are with Poland at 63%.
Here we are.
The tide has turned.
How the turns table. Italy, though, looking pretty strong here in this fourth set. They got a slight advantage. And we've seen them be a little smarter so far. Gianelli headed back to see if he can get another ace serve. That timeout perfectly timed to try and get him in his head. And that'll do a big stuff block. Italy back on a roll.
How about that move? Perfect move, shifted over, commit block on that middle. That's what it looks like. That might slow down at least the decision to set some middle on the side of Poland. We'll see.
17-13 lead. Here in the fourth, Poland have 2 sets. They got that comfortable advantage. Oh, there it is. Straight through goes Semeniuk.
Just beating the block before it fully forms over the net. Swings quicker. You see the press comes after the swing. He's in a good spot. It's a better swing.
Here comes that pipe again. This time it's Bottolo has to stay out of the net. Good cover from Michieletto. Going again. Ryczicki goes off the hands. What a smart play. And he's added some calm control to this side.
He really has. And every shot in the book right now, under control. That set's a little bit low, coming down. So he just chops it off the hands. Very, very smart play, making a big difference.
Michieletto, MVP of the Italian League last year. Off hands, Balazzo underneath it. What a cross rip from Bottolo, and that's another change that has been a good look for Italy.
Well, Bottolo is so much control. He's an excellent passer, very good defender, and a smart attacker, so I like this just to mix things up on the side of Italy.
Another timeout called. Poland in a pickle. Well, Gerbich with a little more to chat to his team about.
Definitely showing some fire. I mean, he's like, we need to play at our level. We can't just keep dropping down, swinging where we don't want to go with the ball. We have to understand the game plan here and execute it.
Michieletto, the big dog at the service line. 4 aces so far. Gets another one with a bit of help from the tape.
Take that. Take the tape ball. See that go off the left side of the ball and has that side spin on it. And again, I'd like to see him stay in that area of the court, but we'll see if he goes down the line here and clips the tape and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I'd like to see him get another ace. I'd like to see 20 aces from Michieletto. So we're just putting things out in the universe,
all right, we'll
manifesting things. Looks for another one. It's out of system play. Off hands, and Poland get themselves quickly out of that rotation. That was important.
That's a big play, especially when the ball is that far off the net. Sasek tracks it, sees the block in front of them, and smart swing high off the hands.
Mateusz Poreba back into the mix on Poland's side. Semeniuk at the line. He's looking for Michieletto, but what a rip! Bottolo, welcome to the match.
Love that crossbody swing. Seeing that line available, and it's in. It is in. I love that fast set too. Get him going.
Good slowdown by Galassi. Back to Ryczicki, and he grabs the antenna, or not. Definitely hit the antenna. Question in his mind might be, did it hit the block first?
thought it did, and we're going to get a challenge. Take a look at if that ball was tipped into the block off the antenna or tipped directly into the antenna.
I have to say, this is the quietest Polish crowd I have ever seen.
Yeah, they probably just have to get used to it. You know, I'm here, we're in Chicago. What do we do? How do we act?
They got to go to a Polish game in Poland, and they'll learn the chants. They'll recognize, they'll figure out what they're meant to be doing. I feel like the U.S., we're quite a respectful crowd. That's what it is.
Definitely. Respectful. All right, we'll take a look at this here.
Ryczlicki just looking at himself on the big screen. Give us a smile. There it is.
That's right. That's me. Everyone's looking at him. But we had some big performances. He's, I believe, leading in attacks this set with 5.
Yeah, big change bringing him in. And I like Italy getting a couple things going off the bench. We talked a lot about Poland having depth, but Italy's got it too.
They absolutely do. We see that with Botolo and now Ryczlicki on the court for Romano and Lavia.
Gerbic chatting to Novak. What do you think they're talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know why I whispered
hit the ball.
that.
I'm really not sure.
As if they're not going to hear this later on. Ferdinando Di Giorgi as well, listening. Is that Star Wars music playing?
It definitely is. It definitely is. Well, there's a lot going on right now, waiting for this challenge. Must be very, very close or timed. The ball must have touched the block and the hitter and the antenna so close in time.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here it is. Here it is.
There's the touch of the hand.
Oh, the block. Does he let go of it?
Then the antenna. I think he's got it. That is a veteran play out of Ryczlicki.
So now I think the argument is that he still have a hold of the ball. That's what I would be asking. It may have touched him, but was he still holding the ball? That's what's happening at the ref stand right now with Semeniuk.
Right. Well, look at the scoreline, though. 22-15. Italy has come back roaring.
They really have. Steadied out, less on forced errors.
They have to win this 4th set. Ball goes long from Gargiulo. Now a bit of Italian music in the stadium. We love this.
Why not? Mix it up.
16-22. Poreba drops one on Michieletto. Hands high, and again, Ryczlicki has just pretty much changed the offensive landscape of Italy's side.
Without question, because you had Romano in the first set, and then he slowed down a little bit. They needed some production. This is a smart move right now at this point in the match.
It's 23-16. 8 points in just one set that he's been out there. Solid serve as well. There's that change of direction. Good touches in the defense. That ball wasn't coming up earlier. Quick call from Gerbic for 4 touches.
Interesting. Interesting. I didn't quite see the 4 touches. It happened pretty quickly, but
I think the ref is explaining that the block was standing.
So it counted as a defensive play?
Defensive play. I think that's what I understood, but we'd have to see it again. Oh, and a serve for Poland. They don't care. They are rolling through.
Keep going. Forget about the last play. Here's the taped ball, which is very difficult to get. I mean, it's rolling just along the net. And that's a lucky serve, and you're going to get that point every time.
Poland trying to get a little bit of momentum here. Sasak going for another one. Galassi there this time. Ryczlicki, bomb from the right side.
Oh.
There's the blue block we've missed.
Wow. Well, it starts with the heavy hand of Rachitsky on the right side, getting Poland off the net out of system, allowing that Italian block to get closed.
Set point Italy, 6 of them. Bottolo. Too much. But Poland have a heavy hill to climb here.
For them, it's just about getting some momentum back, reestablishing what they were able to do.
Second set point, Italy. No go. It is an ace serve, Poland.
I've just been loving the play of Salpak, going hard, ripping this serve. You can see it. You can see that catch the line. We didn't need bolt 6. We see you.
What a time to get an ace.
Yeah.
Confident serve. And now a timeout, Italy. A well-timed timeout, but I think it's going to be a big ask for Poland to slow down this set.
Without question, it comes with the service. They can continue to keep them off the net, but again, some energy, some momentum going into the next set.
Third set point, and that'll do. Italy take the 4th set. That is a very different looking Italian. Set number 5 underway. Semeniuk goes heavy. On the outside, that's just tipped over. Well handled, Bottolo. Comes firing in, and that'll do. That backcourt attack is money for Italy.
You love the dig to attack. He digs this ball and then comes just barreling in from the back row to get his kill. What a spark Bottolo has been for the Italian team as well.
Granieczny back in for the reception, so using that 2 libero system going forward on Poland's side. Solid block again, and the blue wall is something we've gotten used to here on this Italian side.
Absolutely have gotten used to that, and this was the play that early on Poland was doing, hitting into that triple block, and they've got to go back to hitting high off of it, hitting off the edges of it, and not just right into the belly of it.
Chialetto. 5 aces so far. Better handled on Poland's side, and that's a good sign. Get him off the line immediately.
Yeah, that's a perfect pass. Getting their hitters one-on-one. How about that? Easy perfect pass, too. And I like the set. Setter's hands are a little bit in front of him. It looks like he might set that middle, and then he just flings it back with his wrist.
Praying mantis style.
That's what I look like.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine.
I wish everyone could see
No, you don't.
Salima in the booth.
Really don't.
All the visuals.
And here's that, using those different zones again, getting the block to kick to the pins. Both pin blockers were gone, leaving the middle one-on-one.
Option for Poland with the overpass as well, and you don't give an overpass to Poland. That's just a fact.
Just crushed to the floor. Hard swing that creates this overpass on the side of Poland.
Tied up. Well, the score says 2-3. Says 2-2 in the stadium. I'm a little confused. Yeah. Whoever's been keeping track out there, let us know.
It is. Nice play out of the back row. Micheletto, one-on-one. It's going to be a passing game. If whoever is passing better right now and keeping their team in system, that's going to be the answer here.
4-2 Italy. Solid play. Oh, what a rip. Poland not going quietly.
So both teams, Italy has the back row attack when it's perfect, and Poland has the outside swing when it's perfect. Getting the middles to hold and bite. It's going to be a fun game because we've seen a ton of middle attack. Now you're seeing a lot of one-on-ones on the outside on those perfect passes.
Yeah, these two setters pulling the strings again. That backcourt comes back over. Well worked by Micheletto to heads up. And eventually Italy take the point, but that could have gone the other way.
Absolutely could have. Bottolo gets that to go out of bounds. Look at that dig. It's just dripping over the net. And Bottolo takes a look, looks at the hitters. No, no, no.
Scramble play. Looking for 4 touches, says Italy. Can they earn it? Yes, they do. Rychlicki makes a statement.
Yeah, that's a tough play. It looked like it hit the Polish player, and then he played it up, but they don't need it. Free ball allows them to score their point anyway.
Timeout called by Poland. What are you hearing from that timeout, Salima?
It sounded like he was talking about where Micheletto is attacking the ball from. It's the back row attack, and it's the high ball, so not in system. So we'll see if they change their blocking a little bit when they're in system, not expecting it to go to Micheletto.
Great ball in. Poland can use the middle, and they do.
Perfect play. Again, drifting the zone. The middle makes his move to the left side of the court and just keeps going with it. I love that. So starting in one place and landing about 3 feet to the left.
Novak heads back to serve as well. They're looking for Micheletto, but you can't sleep on Gianelli. No way, no how.
Gianelli knows when the block is with him. He knows when it's not. Perfect time and opportunity to attack that ball.
Best setter of the club world champs in 2024. MVP of the Italian League in 2024.
Just the man.
3-time Olympian. No big deal.
Oh. Sasak. Again, we talked about him at the end of the last set, making such an impact on the right side of the court. 10 points from his arm right now.
Bottolo on the floor. And there's another arm. It's gone a little quiet, Gargiulo, but needed in that moment.
Perfect pass. You have to keep an eye on everybody else. But that's, I think, what they were talking about. Those perfect passes are not setting Micheletto on that ball. It's either a high ball or a back row attack. So maybe you get a little more help on the blocking end from your pin blockers.
Italy with a 3-point lead here. Tough serve as well. Coming high outside. Semeniuk keeps it in play. Micheletto into a big Polish block, and that is a denial of the highest order.
That was it. That was the high out of system ball they were talking about. And I like that shuffle move by the pin blocker too. Getting set. That was Semeniuk set and solid over the net.
Just 2 points in it. Semeniuk wants to make it 1. No, not gonna happen. Gianelli saves the day with another spectacular set.
It's so easy for him to one-handed set. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to set a ball, to set maybe a quick, but he can control where he's setting the ball. Perfect set for his opposite hitter.
And that's why the blockers are in nowhere even close to being near that block. Grbic wants to have another look at it. It's 6-9 as it stands. But Poland got to find something to slow down this Italian train.
They are. They're passing well, and they definitely have a little bit of that momentum right now at this stage in the match. See if he was over the net. Oh, no. I mean, I don't think so.
This is one of those let's just slow down the momentum style challenges, I'd say.
And it's a new challenge where you can challenge the setter being over the net or a blocker reaching over.
Doesn't pay off there for Poland. Italy and Micheletto, the star-studded server, can't get it that time, and Poland do well to move that point to their side.
Snuck it through and under the block. See the hands get up just a little bit late, enough time to find some space.
Jakubczak serves as well. Ball recycled. Micheletto's the setter. Bottolo line again. Great defense, Poland. Hands pulled away, but the swing is in the court anyway.
Salpak seeing that deep corner available. I think he hit that ball high over top of the block. And one of the blockers pulled, and he just grooved it right to the corner. Very smart swing.
Poland not out of it yet. 8-9. Pressure on Micheletto. That ball's off the net. Bottolo into hands to recycle. Ginelli from the backcourt somehow appears. Looking for 4, and it will be called indeed. Italy take the point.
That's definitely 4 that time. I missed it last time. You could see Semeniuk telling him, yes, I touched that ball. He's right. Now they're all giving him thumbs up. The right call.
Yeah, worth a look. Worth at least a little squabble.
Why not? Nothing wrong with a little squabble.
Yeah, you love the drama. You know, we gotta keep that passion alive in our sport, even though we have Volt 6 to tell us when we're completely wrong.
We can at least fight until we see it on the screen.
Still one little sassiness. Solid serve. Oh, there's a bit of sassiness on that swing too.
That is a serious angle. Ball left a little bit inside, and he's still able to score hard into the cross court. Beautiful swing, sharp inside the block.
Big serve. Off the hands, recycle play. Chance for the middle, and that is a line tag of the highest.
Thunders that ball through the middle, and Poland making their push and their presence known here in the 5th set.
10-10, timeout Italy. Poland have a chance here. There is the win prediction. Heavily favoring Italy, although it went back and forth a multitude of times.
Yeah, it went back and forth a lot, and Poland doesn't just have a chance. I mean, really, this is anybody's game right now. Both teams playing very well at the end of this match.
Sasak has been serving Micheletto. Does it again, and a block is good for Poland.
That is a big block at this point. Going into the angle, Botolo thought he saw it, and he did not.
Another timeout because Poland is on a roll. Italy, they need a breather. Bit of a run here. It was an 8-5 lead just moments ago. Blink, and it's changed drastically.
We'll see if Italy can get the passing where they need it to be and get their hitters one-on-one.
Now I wonder if Giannelli will run the middle, even from off the net. I heard DeGiorgi talking about that. I don't know if he was talking about his team or the other team, just running that middle from off the net.
He might, or Micheletto is available too. Oh, going back.
Defense, good. Chance again, Motolo sneaks it underneath. What a dig by Poland. Block good, but another recycle play. Palazzo in the spot. Rychlicki can't find it down just yet. And another huge stuff block from Italy.
What a rally. I mean, both sides were digging open net swings, hard hit balls, controlled on their side of the net. And Botolo coming up with a huge block at that time in that long, long rally. Everyone's a little bit out of breath.
Coach Cry talks about game changers rather than bench players, and I feel like Italy has them in spades right now.
Without question, they do. Come off the bench and made a huge difference. Change in the game.
Rychlicki. It's 11-11 here in the fifth between two of the best teams in the world. Powerful serve. It's out of system though, over his shoulder. Well picked up. Botolo looks to push, and he does. Scramble play, no blockers, what a defense. Still up. Micheletto makes sure of it, and just like that, Italy go ahead looking for the touch in the block.
I believe he got it, but we will see here. There's a lot of fingers wagging. A lot of denial on the side of Poland, so we'll take a look.
A lot of gestures going on.
I love it.
A lot of hand gestures, both these two nations using their hands as much as their words. Giannelli asking for a little look-ski. That's a pretty important,
critical point.
Giannelli trying to look anywhere in the stadium. He sees himself on every single side that he's looking at. He's like a caged animal trying to look away, yeah. Giannelli, one of the biggest volleyball stars in the world, but one of the most down-to-earth humans ever.
Question.
I don't think he plays for the glory, and you can see the way that he plays. He's not because he wants to be a star.
No, he wants other people around him to be a star. That's why he's such a great setter. Loves getting his hitters one-on-one. But we'll see if Botolo, if he knew if he got this or not.
Here it is. There's a little look at it. And the fingers
he got
are
it.
there.
He got it. Yes, indeed.
From that looking, it looks like the hands touched. They held hands in air, but did he touch the ball? I think is the question now, because...
Oh, I think so. I think that was showing a touch. It was definitely showing a touch.
Well, they're seeing, the entire stadium is seeing what we're seeing at the moment on your screen. And indeed, the ball does go. The point does go the way of Italy.
I was pretty sure that's what we were looking at, but you never know.
Poland just kind of scuffling into their serve-receive base. So no arguments there. 12-11 lead for Italy. The referee announcing into the stadium that there was a touch by Poland, just making sure everybody's on the same page here in Chicago.
That helps. Helps people understand what all the conversation was about.
That 1 point could be the nail in the coffin for Poland. They have to get out of this rotation immediately. Simple serve. Simple points for Poland.
Looking for a net violation. We'll see if they challenge. The ball was down.
Trying to calm down Gianelli. Typically one of the most calm players on court.
He's like, we got it. We're challenging. Stop. So there was a tip that went down, and it looks like Italy is challenging the net on the other side.
Well, Italy have to stay calm in this moment. They have the advantage, the 1 point advantage, bit of the momentum. So you want them to have level heads.
Without question. But I'm not worried about Gianelli not having a level head. I've never seen him play out of control, so
yeah, safe.
He can kind of do what he wants.
Yeah, he was the MVP of that World Champs back in 2022 when this young squad of Italy got a gold medal and kind of secured themselves as a world power on the volleyball stage.
That was Salpuck, yeah? I think that attacked that ball, I believe. We'll see if he netted after the play. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good reason for Gianelli to be so vocal down there to make sure they were looking at the right thing. And I think timing-wise, that ball was definitely down after the touch.
For sure, for sure. You could still see the ball in the air, in fact, when he's hitting the net.
2 point advantage Italy's way and a timeout Poland. Poland with some work to do here.
They do indeed, but they can get it done. They've been strong, passing very well, attacking through the middle of the court. You know, Italy knows what they're capable of doing, but they've got the hammer at the service line right now.
Yeah. Ryczicki has one ace serve already. Topspin, and he nails it. Ace serve for the number 11.
Gets a little love from the bench, runs straight over. Wasn't sure, and man, he got it.
And with that serve, brings up match point Italy, and 3 of them here in the 5th set. Ryczicki, the game changer on the end line. Looking for it. There's the tip, well picked up. Chance to get going again. Michieletto goes off hands. The 3-man block is up. And the ball's called out, and Italy have done it. They have toppled the world number 1 in a 5-set thriller to get us going here in Chicago.
And that last swing was the one you want to take, and just out of bounds, not even by an inch.
Well, we had a roller coaster of emotions in this match, going back and forth, and Poland responded really well after Italy came out firing out of the gates in the first set.
I loved seeing that side of the Polish team. At first, I wasn't sure. I wasn't quite sure how good they were, you know, watching them in that first set. But they showed everybody how they can play the game, how they can adjust, and how they can keep their composure. And quite frankly, through this entire match, this was anybody's game at a certain point. But Italy, with key substitutions coming in, making a big difference for them and steadying things out to get the victory.
Well, here's a look at that last point. Forced out of bounds because that block had been so good. But Poland had a 4-0 start. They beat the Netherlands, Japan, Turkey, Serbia, but I feel they maybe weren't tested. Italy lost only to France, and they're one of the best teams in the world.
They are one of the best teams, and yes, you've got to play the top teams in the world to have that experience, to even, no matter when or what time it is in your season, like when you're just consistently competing and then you go to a next stop, you got to be ready. You got to be ready right away, and every single week is different.
We saw some players come to the forefront. Michieletto had 18 points, Galassi with 15, Romano with 13. He was subbed out there for the big game changer, Rychlicki, who ended up with 11. But Simone Giannelli just has options in the offense.
He has options, and it's almost not fair because he's the best, one of the best setters in the world, and then you have all these options around you. He can do what he wants, and then they can score at will. So that was a balanced offense and an excellent job.
Emery Anderson standing by for an interview down courtside.
A very hard match today. What can you take from this five-setter into your next matchup versus Canada?
For sure, a lot of experience for guys, the young guys, also for me. Every time when we play against this type of team like Italy, we can grab a lot of experience. For sure, we are not happy that we lost, but we fight until the end, and I think it was nice game to watch.
Chicago is often referred to as the most Polish city out of Poland. What does it mean to you to have this fan support?
Tak, ja powiem po polsku, bo jest nas tu większość. Wybaczcie, że nie daliśmy rady dzisiaj, walczyliśmy z całych sił, ale mam nadzieję, że przybędziecie na kolejne spotkania, będziecie nas dopingować, my damy z siebie maksa. Także dzięki za dzisiaj i widzimy się w kolejnym spotkaniu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emery Anderson now courtside with Simone Giannelli.
You had such a great match here as a team. You had 5 players in double-figure scoring. Tell me about your philosophy as you get the balanced offense.
It was a tough game tonight against Poland. For sure, play against them is always difficult. So we expect a match like this, a battle like this. Maybe we start very good, we start aggressive, but the second and the third set, they were playing very, very good. So they deserved to win. The first set we came back with some change, and we fight until the end, until the last point. So I'm very happy, I'm very proud of my team. I know that this is first match for us in this VNL with these guys. So we have work, we have to do a lot of work, I think. But yes, a good start for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great start for Italy here in Chicago, going toe-to-toe with Poland and coming out on top. 5th set stats, what are those telling you, Salima?
Well, it was an evenly matched set. I mean, it was crazy how good they were, both sides. But the opponent's errors made a big difference. A couple of errors in a fast set, 15-point set, you cannot afford unforced errors.
Emery Anderson now courtside with Nikola Grbic.
Coach, a very tough match. Where positives can you take away from this match?
Well, we played a quite equal game against one of the best teams in the world now, who are at complete, maybe not in the best shape, but they are for sure one of the guys who want to win this competition. So, well, playing 3-5 sets and finishing with, let's say, 2 or 3 unlucky calls, this is a positive thing. Obviously, there are some things that we have to be better at, and we will study it and try to learn from this experience and be better in the next match.
Thank you, Nikola.
Thank you.
Lots to learn. And I feel as though